Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I have some major tackling of things that I've been putting off, but it's September and next month I'm planning on using these beds, so I need them cleared out. I think this bed is going to be where I put all of the snapdragons and maybe some other fall starts that I have going. So I need to whip this bed into shape, and I have been putting it off, and it's one of those uglies that every time I walk past it, I get major overwhelm. So today we're going to avoid that overwhelm, and I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to gracefully do what I can today, and I'm not going to get overwhelmed, and any little bit is a start. Okay, so we have some editing to do. I'm going to take you around. So in this area here, this is our east garden. This is a strip of side lot that runs along the side of our home and our property that was just added on, and it's started out a burden, like an extra responsibility, an extra piece of land to keep weed free and not an eyesore for the neighborhood. But I've recently, in the last few years, started trying to turn it into maybe something that could benefit the neighborhood. I mean, with beautiful flowers, with unique things that you wouldn't find anywhere else, for flowers for neighbors to come and cut and collect and take home with them, because I think everybody deserves to have some cut flowers. My kitty is crying. Come here, bear. So for the most part, I've discovered that this place is just too much to be a high maintenance place. Between the different garden areas that we have outside the home, and I work and have kids and a life, I need this place to be low maintenance. So I've actually ordered a bunch of shrubs that I plan on. I'm going to take you through the length of this. So we have a couple of beds here, and I have bindweed smothering out so many things that I need to take care of today. I have tomatoes growing out into the sidewalk. It's not ideal. This is a red twig dogwood that I have never seen a shrub grow in this habit before. It's a little bit like absurd. I need to take care of this. In fact, I don't even like this growth habit. I don't even think I want to keep this. This is something that now that I see what it does, I'm like, you know what? Maybe no thanks on that one. Like, this is not the shrub that makes my dreams come true. So over here, actually, I have a gardenia, and I'm going to be moving these. I started these echinaceas from seed earlier this spring, and I'm going to move these actually to the front garden. So this is the season that we start editing things out, things that don't work for us, things that, are beautiful, and I kind of feel like they deserve to be, highlighted in another area. We're going to be doing things like that. So in this kind of whole area here, that's kind of the curve of the entryway into our neighborhood and our street. This is still on our property. I am going to be planting some beautiful shrubs that have a more natural rounded mounded habit to them, that are hopefully going to be less maintenance for me. I don't know, I'm probably going to keep this gardenia. There are going to be things. I have a spring bouquet viburnum right here. So there are things that are going to stay, and then there are going to be things that I'm going to be moving out. And I have all these beautiful silver dollar eucalyptus that are so cute, and I actually might be moving these to some pots and using them as like beautiful foliage to move around in the garden. And I actually have, this was a purposeful move. This is some old sweet peas, and I basically just plop wherever I want sweet peas to kind of naturally come up, like growing up this street sign, this pole right here. I just kind of plop them down, and what do you know, sweet peas, they will emerge. This is a dahlia seedling that I actually put in that has still made it. It's still here, not doing a lot. Doesn't appear to have spider mites like my other dahlia. Hasn't had a lot of growth, so it's not in an ideal location. And then I have some beautiful grasses here that I think I'm going to keep. So there's things that I have established that I like, and then there's some things, and then also we have tons of crabgrass that has just gotten, not crabgrass, this is Bermuda grass that has just gotten out of hand. So today I'm going to start just cutting down shrubs. Oh, we have a Verbena bonariensis that survived here. So I'm going to be just starting carefully editing, and the first edit I'm going to make is actually right over here. I know it's hard to figure out what would be my first edit in a disaster zone like this, but we're leaving this actually because the pollinators love it. It is a massive eyesore, I know that, but you know, and then all of this Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass really is like the vein of my life and existence. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing, talking about more mistakes. A couple of years ago, I planted a thornless blackberry shrub, and it has taken over everything in this garden space. I'm going to be starting with taking out this rosemary, and this blackberry shrub needs to come out. It needs to come out. But let's start here with this rosemary shrub, if I can even get to the bottom of it. I will say though, it does smell really good. I think I'm going to tackle this blackberry bush, and it's so big. It's taken out. It's literally eating up my hydrangeas, so they need to be rescued. They were doing beautifully until this thing kind of took over, and now they are struggling, and hydrangeas, they come first. So I'm going to call in reinforcements. It's going to be all hands on deck. I want to get this blackberry shrub out. Okay, so now that's the last of the blackberry shrub taken out, and I hope that that'll really help these hydrangeas bounce back. They were completely drowned in it. I had many verbena bonarienses swallowed up by that too, and I actually want these things here, so hopefully they will bounce. back. I think the space in here is lovely. I think I'm going to put maybe a shrub or two in here. And I think that it's really going to work. And I'm going to choose things, obviously, that are going to be manageable. And getting this rosemary out right here, I think really opened things up. And I love rosemary, but I don't need large shrubs of it. And it just takes learning and trying things to see if you like something or not. And if you don't like something, get rid of it. Don't keep it around. Don't feel bad about pulling things. So, Bermuda grass is genuinely the bane of my life. And I did it to myself. I should have never let it get, look at all the seeds. Look at what I'm going to be facing for years to come because I didn't get out here and just handle things when I should have. So, we learned lessons. Some of them are painful. And I'm just going to get in here and start ripping this out. See how much we can get through. So earlier this summer, I actually noticed a tiny little cluster of like 15, 20, 30 foxglove seedlings. And they were so cute, and they were like so densely packed in there. And I just thought, and they did it themselves. So I thought it would be a cute little experiment or a fun experiment to just see how they grow like that and if they can actually survive. I just think it's interesting sometimes to let nature play out and see how they do. So these were germinated earlier this summer. I kept them in the tight clump that they germinated in. I didn't do any editing. I didn't try to help them out at all. And look at this beautiful mound right here. And it has so many spikes and so many blooms. I never expected it to bloom so soon after germination. It looks so full, and these are literally so many plants in here. And because of that, it has so many cute little bloom heads, and it's just been sending them up. And it is so cute. And it made me think, maybe nature intended them to do that, to grow that way in tight clusters together, because in nature, nobody is like selecting what seedling, nobody's out there selecting what seedling goes or stays. And they did what they wanted to do, and they look really beautiful. And so right back here, I actually have some snapdragons that are finishing their second year. And snapdragons are biennials. So they're done. They served us well, and so they are going to have to come out. And I know that there's tons of weeds around here, but I'm kind of just editing. And also, here's another clump of foxgloves that kind of came up naturally on their own. I didn't manage them, and they just did what they wanted to do, and they actually look really beautiful. Bindweed has just completely taken over this area and like climbed up onto everything. So this, I think, has been terribly affected by spider mites. So I'm pulling out this Rudbeckia. Oh my gosh, so much bindweed on everything. Look at all of these seeds. That is going to be a problem. So it's day 2 now. And I had a night to think on it. And this dogwood is coming out because I just really don't like it. And if you don't like something, you know, don't keep it. So let's get to pulling this. Okay. I'm glad that is out. Oh, this was a beast. And now my yard waste bin is full and my compost pile is full. So I'm pretty satisfied with what we accomplished here for now. We cleared out some of the Bermuda grass over here. I still have a ways to go. Got this dogwood out. Tamed the tomato plants, cut them way back. We cleared out all of the bindweed over here in this bed. And all of the Bermuda grass and weeds in this bed. And oh my goodness, look at this salvia. This salvia is like so happy with its life here. I transplanted this early this spring to this spot, and it's actually 2 plants. And they started out just little babies in the little quart size, and they are like so happy, and they're really pretty, and they take up space. And hopefully their space that they're taking up prevents weeds from settling in. And so we have this Amelanchier here. I have to prune it up, but I'm waiting for cooler weather for that to happen. And then we have our Pittosporum. I think they're called beach balls. And then we have a sunshine ligustrum. We took out the blackberry shrub that was in here. Now the hydrangeas can hopefully bounce back and be happier. And we still have some fresh blooms on the hollyhocks. And they look very diseased, but they're still going. So I'm gonna let nature take its course and it just check and balance itself. So yeah, I feel really accomplished. There's still so much more to do out here. However, I'm trying to manage it in bite-sized chunks and, you know, just set realistic goals for the day and try not to get overwhelmed or bogged down in any specific task, and trying to keep it positive. Like there's a lot of things that are going right out here. And so it's nice to get out and to see that and to feel that. Thank you all so much I have a kitty meowing at me. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy getting out in nature. Thank you so much.